All right, so March 1st has given me another beautiful sunny day, warm enough to get the farm stand stained. So I wanted to get started by staining the farm stand, and it turned out amazing. I use the cedar stain that I use on everything around the property so it matches and everything stays uniform, and I think it turned out amazing. I still have some final, once this dries, I'm going to do some finishing touches on this. I want to add the door for the cooler, and then I'm going to be adding probably 2 side walls to help block the wind and stuff I can put up so I can have signs and stuff on the back wall. So I've been able to sell some more eggs. My dad likes talking to people, which is really weird to me, but that's helped out by getting my duck eggs into a local store, and they're taking almost all the duck eggs that I'm producing each week. So I think I'm going to buy some more sticker. So I think I'm going to buy something else for this, which is going to be some sticker letters for this front. I was thinking about painting it, but I think if I get some sticker letters, it would look a lot nicer and neater. If the sticker letters are too expensive, I'm just going to paint it. So stick around, we'll find out. I'm gonna put the stain away, and then I'm going back up to work on the goat hut. So if you're not following along on the goat hut and enclosure build, make sure you go over and check that out because we have goats here coming soon. All the screws are breaking in half. These are the only screws I have short enough. I don't know why they're doing that. I didn't want to do that. I already got the glue on here. Bleeding again. Hurting myself. Made another wrong cut and cut it too short, so I'm gonna get another piece. Alright, I had another piece down at the house because I'm doing another project with this stuff, but I'm running this one horizontal, so I want to run this one horizontal, and well, the pieces I already took back. I cut it in half because I was thinking about doing both sides, but I'm just going to do the one side. So I need a little bit more than half, and I'm going to run it like that. I think it'll look just a lot more better. It'll look better, puppy. Fix it. We'll fix it. Oh, I like that one so much better. What do you think, pup? Let's take a look at this. I think it's looking really nice. Got the cedar stain with the metal looking perfectly rustic. I was thinking about painting the wagon red, but I'm actually liking it black, so I might just put some white lettering on there. And I think the only thing I want to do, I want to put some type of cross here. Maybe, I was kind of picturing slat boards, but I don't know if I want to do that yet or not. I still might. And then I got to get this on. I got to attach these two boards so that I can put hinges back here, and then I'll just lift this right up and the eggs will be on the inside. Not too bad. I'm starting to really like it. I think this will be enough for any of that swirling wind to catch anything that's blowing around on the table up here. Also, most of the traffic will be coming from this side, so I'm thinking if I want to hang something here, I'll be able to hang it here and they'll be able to see it better coming this way. But all in all, I'm going to get this thing stained. I already have all the stain put away. I'm going to stain this and then put it on. Then I got to find my little tiny hinges. I know I have some somewhere. Alright, it's the next day. Me and Echo are out here working on the farm stand again. I was looking for some of the hinges that I knew I have saved somewhere, but I want small hinges so they don't take up a lot of room and space. But I also found some other stuff that's going to work for the farm stand too. I think it's looking amazing right now. I did stain that one board. I actually cut it into 3 slats because I wanted the slat look a little bit more than just one solid board. So I cut it into thirds and then stained them all, screwed them in, and I really like that look a lot better instead of closing the whole thing in with the metal. Like I said, a lot of the traffic will come from this direction, so I kind of want to expose this end and show some things. And if I want to sell some of my birdhouses, I was thinking I could just sell them or hang them from right here. Maybe put a sign on those boards there. And then I found this shelf, which is pretty perfect. It already has the angles on it. It's a shelf ready to go. I think if I stain this cedar, it'll fit. It'll fit nicely in here like that. I'll have to move the angle brackets out to the posts, but I think that'll work just fine right there. Ooh. And then I found this old toolbox that I pulled down from my dad's house and saved it because I like old things. But it fits perfectly in between those two posts there. And I was thinking I could set either plant starts in there so they don't wobble and fall over, or even some cut flowers and some cups and containers there. So that'll work nicely for that area. Get the shelf up in there. And I still need to find the hinges to make my little egg door. I have a lot of materials and inventory in different buildings around the property, so I just need to figure out where I left those hinges. And don't pop. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the farm stand so far.
Like a bird on a tree.
I really do prefer the look of the cedar stain. I really like that on everything. I ended up painting the L brackets black. I'll get another coat on those, and while I'm doing all the painting in the garage today, I got another coat of polyurethane on my wagon wheel. If we don't work on 10 different projects at a time, we don't get anything done. Oh, Echo Puppy. Yeah, you're a hard worker.
Together, it's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be.
We're back.
In the great
that looks
outdoors,
good. I like that.
forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back.
That is in, and it is looking sweet. I am really liking this stand. I didn't actually picture all of this before I started, but I had like the main structure. But I'm really liking this whole thing. Got the shelf in there now. Didn't have to make any cuts on that. I just had that shelf. So I had to move the brackets out a little bit to match with the legs, paint them black, and I think it's a perfect fit in there. I told you I found this little toolbox crate. I can set plant starts in there, or even some bouquets, cut flowers. And I was trying to figure out what to do with egg carton returns to get some back. And while looking for the hinges, I found this basket with some copper wire on it, nice trim. And I think just putting that back in there where the egg cartons can go without blowing around, just have a nice space for them. I might tack that into the wall just to keep it in place, and maybe even this one so it's not easily just fall off or be taken. But I think that looks nice in there. So I can have the eggs in the cooler, I can have carton return right there, some vegetables up on the shelf, cut flowers and plant starts in here, and anything else I might be able to sell from the homestead. While I was putting away some winter decorations up in the garage attic, I found some styrofoam, which, nice thick styrofoam. I think I'll be able to insert that into this wagon, and that'll just help keep the whole wagon a lot cooler during the summer, because the eggs will be in the cooler, but they'll be in a giant metal black box as well, getting hit by the sun. I mean, it'll have shade, but I think if I put that styrofoam in there, that'll just be a double lining of the cooler, and maybe it'll keep the eggs fresher longer without having to bring out ice packs in the summer. I am very lucky to have all these different items at my disposal to make things. If I didn't want to be a homesteading farmer, I don't think a lot of this stuff would be useful. But now I have styrofoam making a big cooler out of this trailer here. I have paneling on 3 sides and then enough for a bottom panel. I think the cooler will sit right on top of that, and that should really help keep the heat off the cooler. Now I can get the cooler in and attach the lid. Ring. Oh, puppy. Well, it took some jimmying and I got some boards underneath the cooler, but I got it perfectly level and flush with the bottom of the boards. So I'm able to stick this, I'm going to glue this board on here to flush that lip on the cooler. So that'll fit right in there. And now I have a nice flush landing that I can attach my 2 leftover counter boards as a lid here, but they're still drying from the wet stain. So once they dry, I can glue them right onto this board that is attached to the lid, and hopefully whenever you open the whole lid, everything will come up as one and go back down as one. Well, I had to move the farm stand inside the carport here because we ran out of nice days. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. There's a few things I need to do to tweak it before I put it out for use, but I'll show you what I'm working with right now. This is the farm stand, and I think it turned out gorgeous. I'm working around my dad's Jeep here because we have it inside the carport, so you just have to deal with that. But I got it hand painted on farm stand across the front. I like that better than buying sticker letters. It's not perfect, but it's hand painted, so I like it. I made some labels for things, some eggs and veggies, some flowers in that box there, plants up on the shelf. I found these clear little display racks that I'm going to attach in here that I can set vegetables on just to give them a little bit of elevated there. I have a carton return box here and a label on that. I screwed it in so it doesn't move around. And then I got some of my bird houses and possibly herbs that I'll be hanging up here. I did go ahead and make 2 bird houses. You'll see that in one of the videos I made. And I'll try and sell these. We'll see if they do any good. And then I also hung the chalkboard up in the center. So I did have to go and buy this chalkboard from Amazon, but it was worth it because I want to be able to put different things on there as the items on the stand change. I also need to put my PayPal on here because I did make a cash box, but just in case anybody doesn't have cash, I will be doing the PayPal. I looked online and cash boxes are not that cheap. The cheapest one was like $17 and the best one was like $40. So I wasn't going to be spending that. That's a lot of eggs I got to sell to replace that box for egg money. But I had a hinge and a old door lock that was laying around in all my materials. So I was able to attach that on there. And I actually don't have my key on me right now, but this will lever back there and then lift right up and I can get inside. Nice hand carved slot right there, perfect and even, no mistakes. I screwed it into the wall here. You can see the screws, but I also have screws inside the box through to the panel, so you can't actually unscrew it. You got to unlock it to unscrew it. Also, to add to the rustic feel, for hanging the gourds and herbs, I used some square nails. They're real old-timey nails that I got from my grandparents' house, saved them, and I figured it would work perfect for this project here. Let me know down below what you think of the new farm stand build. I probably will be doing a reveal video on this and showing off all the different features once I actually have something to put on it. But until then, I need to call it finished and move on to another project. That's all for this one. If you like nature, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button before you leave, and you can see me and Echo, hey bud, on the next one. Thanks for watching.